Hello students, today we are going to start chapter number 7 of class 8, operators in Python. In this chapter we are going to learn about the various operators and the operands in Python. Also we are going to learn about the expression and the other arithmetic and relational operators. So first of all, Python is a high level scripting language with object oriented features, and it is a general purpose interpreted language developed by Guido van Rossum in 1991. In order to edit, run and browse and debug the Python programs, we use IDLE. IDLE stands for Integrated Development Learning Environment. So here we have IDLE. Now we have two modes to work in Python. One is the interactive mode and other is the script mode. Script mode is used to create and edit the Python source code. There is one more term which is used in Python which is called debugging, and it is the process of finding and reducing the number of bugs, and that is errors in the program. And interpret means to execute a program, that is to change a program from high level language into machine language line by line. Now we will learn about the operators and the operands. Now what is operator? Operators are the special symbols which represent computation. They are applied on the operands. Let us understand this with the help of an example. Here we have C equals to A plus B. So when we say C equals to A plus B, here A and B are operands, and this plus sign is an operator. That is, any arithmetic sign, plus, minus, multiply, divide, it will be called an operator in Python. And when these variables, values and operators combine together, they form an expression. Here A and B are operands, plus is an operator. Okay. So in Python we have different types of operators. Let us learn about the arithmetic operator first. So arithmetic operators, first operator is addition. So addition is used to add any two values. In case of float or integer values, it will add the values and give you the answer. Like here we have 80 plus 40, the answer is 120. And if we use it on strings like good plus morning, it will give us the answer as good morning. Next we have is the subtraction operator. It subtracts the right hand operand from the left hand operand. That is, if we do 80 minus 40, the answer will be 40. Next we have is multiplication operator. It multiplies the values on either side of the operator. So 80 into 40 gives 3200, and if it is used with a string like hello into 3, it gives hello, hello, hello 3 times. Because a multiplication operator when used with a string replicates the value that number of times. Next we have is division operator. So the division operator divides the left hand operand by the right hand operand and gives us the quotient in the floating point number. Like if 80 is divided by 40, the quotient will be 2, but it will give us the answer as 2.0 because the division operator gives the output, that is the quotient, as a floating point value. Next we have is modulus operator. Modulus operator, what it does is it divides the remainder of x divided by y. It divides the left hand operand by right hand operand and gives us the remainder. Like if 80 is divided by 40, the quotient is 2 and the remainder is 0 because 80 is fully divisible by 40, right? Next we have is exponent operator. So when we talk about the exponent operator, exponent means power of. So a raised to the power b. It gives a to the power b. Here we have taken an example 5 star star 2. So star star is the symbol of the exponent operator. It means 5 is multiplied 2 times. 5 is the number, and after the 2 stars, whatever the number is there, that is the number of times the particular value has to be multiplied. So 5 raised to the power 2 is 5 5s are 25. So the answer is 25. Okay. Next we have is relational operators. We have talked about the arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators you use in maths also, plus, minus, multiply, divide. Modulus and the exponential operator is new to you in Python. Next we will move on to relational operators. So when we talk about the relational operators, in programming, certain decisions are taken based upon the relation between the expressions or the operands. Sometimes we compare the marks of two students, sometimes we compare the height of two persons. So these comparisons can be performed with the help of relational comparison operators. So these operators compare the value on either side of them and decide the relation among them. So here we have the less than operator. If the value of the left hand operand is less than the right hand, the condition becomes true, otherwise false. Then we have the less than equal to. If the value at the left side is less than or equal to the right hand side, then it is true, otherwise false. Same is the case with the greater than. If the left side operand is greater than the right side operand, then it is true, otherwise false. Then we have greater than equal to. If the value of left hand operand is greater than or equal to right hand operand, then condition is true, otherwise false. And equal to is one of the relational operator, the most important one. If the value of two operands are equal, then the condition becomes true, otherwise false. If I say x equals to y, suppose the value of x is 4 and the value of y is 3, so 4 equal to 3, it will be false. But if you take the same value, like x is 5 and y is also 5, 5 equal to 5, then the condition will be true, right? So these are the relational operators. One more we have here, not equal to. So when we talk about the not equal to operator, if the value of the two operands is not equal, then the condition is true, otherwise false. This is the symbol here, this is not symbol, and then equal to symbol, right? So we have learned about the arithmetic operators in Python. Also we have learned about the relation operators in Python. After this we have expressions. So what is an expression? Expression is a basic sentence in any programming language. To make an expression, we need values, or you can say operands, and we need operators. So whatever you see here, this is an expression. This full is an expression. So here we have 2 plus 2. So this 2 plus 2 is an expression here, as it gives us, it has the operator also, it has 2 and 2 operand also, and it can have any variable also like a, b, c. So an expression is a combination of values, variables and operators. So operators take more than one expression or operand to perform arithmetic and logical computations on it, right? Now suppose we have different operators in one statement. So how the compiler will come to know that which operation to be performed first? For this we have the order of operations, and we are going to learn about it in the next step, that is board mass. This you must have learned in your maths also. Board is B stands for bracket, O stands for orders, that is the exponents, powers and square roots, D and M for division and multiplication respectively, A and S for addition and subtraction respectively. So whatever happens first with from addition and subtraction, that will be operated upon, and whatever happens first in case of division and multiplication, that will be operated upon. For example, here we have it given like 60 minus 20 divided by 4. So we know that first we have to perform the division operation. So though minus sign, that is subtraction, is coming as the first one, we will divide the two numbers because the division operator needs to be taken first. So 20 divided by 4 is 5.0 and 60 minus 5.0 is 55.0. So this is the way we have calculated this, and the answer has come as 55.0. In the same way you have to solve these questions which are given in your book. If the bracket is given, first of all solve the bracket and then come to the outer part of the bracket, right? Next we have is expression can be combined to form large expression, but always the result will be a single value. A Python statement is a unit of code that the Python interpreter can execute. Like here we have calculated the area. So here we have taken the value of x as 5, and when we say area is equal to x raised to the power 2. So the value of x is 5. 5 raised to the power 2. It means 5 multiplied by 5. The answer is 25. When we have given the print statement, print area, so it has given the answer as 25, right? Next we have same way one more example is given. Length is taken as 20, breadth is taken as 15, area is length into breadth, print area, the answer is 20 into 15, 300, right? Now Same way, two questions are given to you. You have to write the code in Python to calculate the circumference of the circle and the area of the circle. Area is pi r square. So pi into r, and circumference of circle is 2 pi r. 2 into pi into r. Take the value of pi as 3.14 and write the code for it as it is shown in the book about the area of rectangle, and one more example which is shown above, right? Next we have using Python as a calculator. We know that when we are working on the calculator, we can perform the simple operation like plus, minus, multiply, divide, etc. Same way, the Python can also be used as a calculator. Like here you can see different operations are there. 2 plus 2, 4. 5 into 6, 50 minus 5 into 6. So 5 into 6 is 30, 50 minus 30 is 20. That same way, different operators have been combined together to form an expression, and the result has been shown on the Python shell screen. So this way we can use Python as a calculator also. Now we will talk about typing the codes, typing the string in Python. So when we want to type the string, that has to be typed as a single or a double quote, and here it is hello world. So we see there the hello world is written in double quotes, and when we press the enter key, it shows us the same thing. So string is always to be written in the single or the double quotes. Whatever is typed in the single or double quotes will be displayed as it is. You can also give the print statement to display whatever is being printed, whatever you want to get it printed in the double or the single quotes on the screen. Next is getting the input from the user. We have learned that if we want to display anything on the screen, we use the print statement, and if we want to take the input from the user, then we use the input statement, that is the input function. It can have, by default it has the string values, but if you want to take the integer values or the float values, in that case you have to specify that particular function. So here we have num is equal to input, enter a number. So here we have taken a number as 10. So now you can see here it will take the string value. So although the 10 is an integer number, the output will come with a single quotes which represent that here 10 is a string value. Now here you see that we have taken num1 is equal to int input enter a number. Here we have put int, it means whatever the number will be entered, that will be taken as an integer number, that is a whole number. So the number is 20, so number 1, the output is 20. Then float input enter the number, that is 20. Then print, and then it will give the answer as 20.0. So because here we have used the float function, so that is why the whatever the integer value you have given, that will be converted to the floating point value, that is the decimal value, right? So with this we have completed the chapter. We have the exercise part now. The first question says, which of the following is used to compare the two values? So for comparison we have the different operators. Here we have this question is used to compare the two values. So here we have equal to, greater than, equal to, plus plus. This is not an operator, the A part. This is the correct operator. Second question is, which of the following can have 16 as the output? So let us check them. 4 raised to the power 2. 4 4 ja 16. So this is the correct answer. 8 plus 2 will give you 10, and 64 modulus 8 will give you 0. Third question, which of the following is not a comparison operator? Equal to, greater than, equal to, exponent operator. So this is not a comparison operator. This is the correct answer. Fourth question is, in Python dash is used to take input from the user. This we have learned just now, that input function is used to take input from the user. This is the one. And plus sign is dash, variable, operator or expression. It is an operator, right? Next we have fill in the blanks. Dash are the symbols used for computation. So which are the symbols used for computation? We call them as operators. Okay, they are operators. Second question is, values and variables when used with operators, they are known as operands. Like if I say a plus b, or if I say 2 plus 2, so here 2 or a or b, they are operands. Okay. Third question is, and dash is a combination of value, variable and operator. The answer is expression. Next question is, dash sign is used to compare two values, equal to. Then comparison operators are also known as dash operators. They are also known as relational operators. And then dash function is used to take input from the user. Input function is used to take input from the user. Now we have the C part, that is write the expressions in the Python interactive mode. So you have to use Python as a calculator. Just write down these statements in Python, press the enter key, and it will show you the output one by one on the screen, right? Then we have the short question answers. Which function is used to take input from the user? Input function is used to take input from the user. Next we have what is an operator. Operator is a symbol which helps us to perform any operation on the operands. Next we have named the different types of operators in Python. We have the arithmetic operators and relational operators in Python. Then long answer type questions. What are comparison operators? Comparison operators are those operators which help us to compare the two values, either they are greater than or less than or equal, like that. Any two comparison operators you can write here, like less than equal to, greater than equal to, and explain them. Second question is, what are operators? Write the rule of precedence of operators. So operators are the signs which help us to operate on the operands, and the rule of precedence of operators is BODMAS, that is brackets, then exponents, then division, multiplication, and then addition and subtraction. Now the lab activity is given. You have to write down these programs, try them in Python, and just see the output whatever is coming. Practice more and more practically about Python, because it will help you to learn more and more about this particular topic or this particular program, right? So with this we have completed this chapter. Thank you students. Complete all the work in the book and have a good day.